So when you're eating healthy, every once in a while you want to have that little snack, but then you feel guilty doing it. So today I've got two things for you. I've got pizza and I've got a pumpkin cake, and both of these are low carb, keto friendly. So even if it's a cheat day, you're not really cheating. Stay tuned. Welcome back and thanks for joining us today. I'm Judy and we are Full-Time Dream, and today we're making you two keto-friendly items for those days when you want to cheat a little bit but don't really want to. If you haven't been here before, welcome, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can find out when we're having our next video release. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. We really appreciate your support. Alright, so today we are going to make a keto pizza and we're going to make a pumpkin cake because you know what? It's my birthday and I want to. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our pizza crust. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can make keto pizza crust. A lot of people use what they call fathead dough, and that's where you use mozzarella cheese and you melt it down and you mix it up with some almond flour and that type of thing. Alright, so we don't really prefer the fathead dough. I've found a different recipe and I've been making it this way and I really like it, so let me show you what I'm doing. So we take 2 eggs, this is super simple too, so it's another reason why I like it. So you got your 2 eggs, you're going to put in like 2 teaspoons of sour cream, give those a mix up. I'm not going to make the whole pizza today, I'm just going to make the crust. I'm going to save it for later. But you can use whatever you want on your pizza. Except pineapple because, you know, that's not keto. And it's just wrong. What we're going to use for our base to hold our crust together is pork rinds. This is a cup of crushed pork rinds. I crush them ourselves. I buy a bag and I use my Ninja and I crush them up and then I keep them in my freezer so that whenever I need them, they're ready to go. If you guys haven't seen my pork chops that I make with these, I'll leave a link below. So we got a cup of that, and then we want 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Alright, so we've mixed that all up, we're ready to go. We got our pie plate here, and I put parchment paper on top of it so it doesn't stick. We're just going to put this on our pie tin. Spread it all out. You want to make sure you spread it evenly. You don't want any big clumps in there. I haven't tried freezing these yet. I think I'm going to make one and I'm going to put it in the freezer and see how it does, so that the next time we want pizza, it's all ready to go. And you can add whatever spices you want into this too, to make the crust even more flavor with some, you know, garlic powder, or whatever type of pizza you're making. I'm boring, we just do regular cheese pepperoni. Sometimes we throw mushrooms and onions and some banana peppers on there, but nothing super fancy. So once you have this done, you're going to put it in your preheated oven. Okay, so we're going to put it on the oven setting for bake, and we're going to put our time at 20 minutes. And we're going to put our temperature at 350. We're going to hit start so that it preheats. Alright, so we put it in for 20 minutes. I'm going to check that after 10 minutes and see how it's doing. Sometimes it bubbles up. If it bubbles up, you just want to poke it with a fork so that you don't get all those air bubbles in there. So we'll be right back with that. Okay, so at 5 minutes I took it out and I was able to scrape it off and I flipped it over and then I put it in for the last 5 minutes. So this is what our crust looks like. It's kind of crispy. Looks really good on the other side. It looks really good on that side. Doesn't look so good on the side that's stuck to the pan and I flipped it over. But heck, I'm not a professional chef, so you get what you get. Let me tell you, it'll taste good. I guarantee that. All right, so that's our pizza crust, and then whatever you want to put on it to make your pizza is good. A lot of things I use: fire roasted tomatoes. I'll drain the juice out of these and then I'll use the tomatoes on top to make my sauce. Or we can use this Great Value pizza sauce, relatively clean ingredients for keto. And then we top it with mozzarella cheese, pepperoni, sun-dried tomatoes, mushrooms, onions, anything your heart desires to make the pizza that you like. But I think you'll like this crust, so let me know if you like it, and don't forget to put grease on the parchment paper so it doesn't stick, and it'll turn out great for you, I promise. Maybe. All right, on to the cake. All right, so now time for the good stuff. Pumpkin cake. We're going to take and we're going to mix all our dry ingredients in our bowl. Got a half a cup of coconut flour, 1/4 cup of almond flour, a half a cup of sweetener of your choice. I use the pure sweetener. Shake of cinnamon. A little bit of salt. About a teaspoon of pumpkin spice. Pumpkin pie spice. We want 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. All right, so now we're going to mix our wet ingredients. We've got a 1/4 cup of melted butter. We're going to add 2 eggs to that. Mix that up a little bit. Get her going. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. 1/4 cup of pumpkin. You want to make sure you're using real pumpkin. You're not using pumpkin pie mix because it'll have sugar in it. It won't be keto. We got a teaspoon of vanilla. All kinds of noise here. We're going to mix that up good. And we're going to mix our wet and our dry. Okay, we got this all mixed up. Once it's all done, you're going to put it in a greased pan. I did put parchment paper down on the bottom and grease the sides with olive oil, and like I did with my pizza, so that our cake doesn't stick like our pizza pie did. Okay, once you have it spread out evenly in your greased 8x8 pan, you're going to put it for 350 degrees for 25 minutes or until it comes out clean on a toothpick. Okay, so our oven is preheated. So there it goes. We're going to check it out in 25 minutes. All right, so our pumpkin cake is all done. Nice, doesn't it? But no cake is complete without frosting. So while this cools down, we're going to whip up some frosting for it. So this pumpkin cake is going to have cream cheese frosting because cream cheese and pumpkin go really good together. So basically we have 8 ounces of cream cheese that I let soften. We're going to use about 3 tablespoons of heavy cream, 3 tablespoons of the Swerve confectioner sugar, about a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, or more if you like it, and I'm going to throw a little bit of vanilla in there. All right, then we're just going to mix that up and make it all whipped, put on top of our cake. All right, everyone, we got our frosting all whipped up, and then we got our cake was cooled down, so we put our frosting on our cake. And then you can put chopped nuts or something like that if you want to put on top of this, or drizzle some chocolate or anything else, but I'm not a real big fan of nuts, so I'm just going to leave it like it is. It's delicious. It smells great. So I think I'm going to make myself another cup of coffee and have a piece of cake because it's my birthday and I can. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you like these recipes. Don't forget, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave any comments, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.